So, I am here because possibly for the first time ever, I am getting a figure first. And that is this guy, Jude from the new Skeleton Crew show. So this guy was only revealed like a week ago, and almost immediately he went up for order because he was in stock on Curtis Collectibles, which is a Canadian retailer. I think they're based in Trenton. And of course I had to get him right away because I wanted to be the first one on the ground for this one for the first time. And now I have him. He is VC310, as we've been kind of expecting. We've been waiting for VC310 to be revealed for seemingly forever. There you can see the card. Decent image of the character there. Unfortunately, it's got a bit of that bubble rub, but it's nowhere near as bad as the Princess Leia wave. I still haven't gotten good ones of most of that wave. And then the render on the back. The summary says, when four kids made a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, they get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. Finding their way home, meeting unlikely allies and enemies, will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. So yeah, doesn't really say anything about the character, but I guess we'll figure out what he's all about when we see the show in December. So other than that one bubble scuff, the card looks really nice. Curtis Collectibles packed this really well, and the only error is this dent of the card, but that's because I dropped it right out of the box when I was opening it, and that was my own fault. So yeah, good retailer. Go shop there if you're Canadian. And I also got an Endor Han from them that looked really nice for when it was from, and I was pretty pleased with that one. And they both came really nicely. So that's about it for the packaging. I'm going to open him up, and then we'll look at the figure. So here he is, freed from his plastic prison. And he is looking pretty nice. I want to start off looking at the accessories because they're pretty interesting to me. He's got this tiny little flintlock type pistol right here. Kind of reminds me of the AK-47 that came with Vel Sartha from the Andor show. I wanted to bring this in. This is actual flintlock pistol from the Pirates of the Caribbean 3 3/4 line. You can see how similar they are. So yeah, very much pirate vibes with that. He's also got this hood, which surprised me that it was a new piece because it reminded me a lot of this hood, which came with the 5 POA Jin Erso, but obviously they're different. Jin's has the scars going down the back, and this one has them on the front. And it fits over his head nicely. And in case you were curious, the Jin Erso scarf looks a bit bulky by comparison, and it's got the scars that don't really fit on him. So let's look at the actual figure. The first thing I wanted to look at was the face, and yeah, that looks great. Very good likeness to Jude Law right there. You can even compare it on the card here. Come on. There we go. Pretty close, I think. It's also got a very nice detailed plastic jacket here. Got these nice gold details on these chains on the pocket. These buckles. And there's some color on the, I don't know what you call this, these flaps over here and on the collar. The same gold detailing on this other pocket and on his sleeves here. You can see the back of him there. He's got these lines down the jacket similar to what the Imperial officers have on their uniforms. It's got this really nice texture on it too. It looks a lot like leather. Very good sculpting here. Of course, with TVC, we always have to think about the articulation, and thankfully, I think it's quite good on this figure. His head
is on the double barbell, but you don't get a ton of movement. A little bit of side to side all the way around. And not much up and down. Shoulders all the way up, all the way around. The elbows well past 90. Very nice joint there. The wrists all the way around. And you do get the pivot up and down on this hand. Does get caught a bit here, but if you force it a bit, you can get it to go up. Same on this one, up and down. He's got 2 trigger fingers. That's interesting because he only comes with the 1 blaster. His coat is nice and pliable, so you can get out of the way very easily. He's got this great waist joint, lots of movement here. Pretty far back, pretty far forward. And even a lot of side to side, which you don't see a ton of on these TVC figures. He's got the ball jointed legs. Nice split. And like I said, the coat gets out of the way nicely. This isn't going to impact the articulation at all. Nice fire forward. Even a bit back. The knee joints. Not quite to 90. Maybe if you force it a bit. No. Well, maybe that's 90. Maybe not quite. Not the best. But ankles. Tons of range of movement. It can go as far forward as you'd ever want it to. Of course, it's a rocker. Just taking a look at the details under the jacket. He's got these very nicely detailed pirate pants, which we will talk about in a second. Sideways holster. Let's see how the pistol fits in there. Oh yeah. Nice snug fit. And that is a separate piece. But it seems to be pegged in somewhere, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's got a unique looking belt buckle there. Wonder if that is a symbol of something. Belt details. He's got these pockets on the side of his pants. And the pocket is broken up by the John Moran joint, which is interesting. I guess the design of the costume made them not have much of a choice with that. I don't know. And his boots. Kind of reminiscent of the leg wrappings on Farm Boy Luke. These straps on the back. Nice. So I popped off his jacket just to take a look at what's underneath. It came off no problem. It's very pliable. And this looks like a very nice body. I can see there being some customizing potential with this. He's got on very generic looking Star Warsy clothes, especially these pants. They can definitely be used for something. I also did notice that unfortunately his neck is a bit different color skin tone to his face, which seems to pop up in the line now and again. I can see the waist joint a bit better with it off. Very nice movement here. Buttery smooth. Very well designed. Very nice. I also wanted to do some comparisons, so I brought in this figure of Andor from the Andor show, because his jacket reminded me of each other, and I thought there might have been reuse in the arms, but it looks, yeah, definitely all new there. You can tell it's a very different sculpt. This one doesn't have these big sleeves. And the shoulders are much shorter on Jude Law. And obviously the jacket is different. Another neat thing between these two figures, just as the most important part of this figure, is that his existence led to this guy, Tamed Ringarin, my favorite. It seems like the new Jude Law figure has legs that were designed for this guy, Arliel Schuss, who spent some time as my overall most wanted figure. But yeah, these are definitely the same sculpt. You can see the pockets on the side here. These rims on the tops of the boots are the same. Even the shoes have this belt or buckle or something on the top. So Jod's shoes are the same as Arliel's shoes. So I've taken the jacket back off and pulled up this picture on Bantha Skull to see if the crotch is also reuse, but this looks to be different. You can see Arliel's crotch is just a single line, and he's got the fly sculpted in on this one. So I think that is a new piece, but the legs are definitely reuse. Sorry, Jude. And while I'm at it, you can also see that the belt is indeed glued in on the back here. It's also glued in right here above the leg, I believe. Unless that's all glued in. Yeah, that seems to be the case. And finally, there he is actually holding his accessory. I'm glad I did not forget to do this. He has a nice, pretty good grip on there. If you hit it with your finger, it's going to follow, but he's a lot better than the Jedi Master Saul we got earlier this year. And he also holds it in his other hand. Not too bad. It's a bit looser. So he's kind of like Count Dooku with that, but he'll hold on to it if you need him to. So there he is with some figures I felt might be appropriate for him, and I think he'll fill in nicely. And that is Jude Law from the Skeleton Crew. I think his character name is Jude Nawood, or maybe you want to go Jude Lawwood. I don't know. But, pretty good figure. Let's hope he leads to Arliel Schuss. Go vote for him if you want him. Thank you. Nawood. Nawood.